Hey guys, and welcome back to another Let Me Explain video. So today's topic's a bit of a different one. It's not really specifically tailored towards any particular movie or anything like that. Instead, it's talking about a more kind of greater issue, which is to do with American entertainment. And thus the title of today's episode is The World Needs American Exceptionalism in Entertainment. It's no secret that America has always led the way in basically all facets of life in modern history. You know, whether you're looking at economics or you're looking at politics or you're looking at technology, or in this instance, entertainment. And so today we're going to be talking about the American entertainment industry and why it is so important that it thrives and continues to thrive as the greatest entertainment entity in the world. For 100 years or more, America has very much led the way when it's come to film entertainment specifically. You know, you go all the way back to the 1940s and 50s with the sort of religious and war epics that they used to show. Then you move into the 60s and 70s with the emergence of sort of political thrillers and even the summer blockbuster. You move into the 80s with kind of the action stars like the Schwarzeneggers and Stallones, and then you go all the way to the 90s where the summer blockbuster goes to a new level with the technologies of CGI and whatnot. With each decade they have stepped up their game in the way that and created more and more dominance throughout the film entertainment industry. And to me, that has in recent times has really reached a plateau, but not for good reasons. And it's very important that America needs to continue to get back on the horse again and really lead the way, because I feel they are very much stagnating at current times. On the other side, you have the foreign countries which have been very much upping their game when it's coming to film and entertainment. You only have to look at the likes of like Spain for Money Heist, or you look at South Korea for the likes of Squid Game, shows that are very much up there and competing with American quality of filmmaking. And so the foreign markets are very much emerging, whilst the American market is very much stagnating and possibly declining. And so there's a serious threat there to their overall dominance when it comes to the entertainment industry. And you might be asking, well, what's the problem with foreign markets emerging, and what's the problem if America does fail and is no longer the leader? Is it really that important that they be the leader? To me, the answer is yes, and I'm going to get into that. But to answer the first question, I should say, about the foreign countries, it is absolutely a great thing that foreign countries are upping their game. More competition is always a better thing for us, the consumers. So I'm all for foreign countries, lifting their level of quality of filmmaking, giving us so much more variety of different storytelling. It's great to see, and I love it. But to me, it is imperative that America continues to be the leader and the shining light of example in film and many other aspects of life too, but today's focused on film. And I'm going to talk about why exactly America needs to be leading the way when it comes to entertainment. But we're going to start off by talking about how they got to this position to begin with, where they are somewhat in decline when it comes to their entertainment. And the main reason that America is in this position, I believe, is, to put it simply, it's having an identity crisis. You only have to look as far as their government system, their politics, to see just how polarized they are. And that filters down to all aspects of life, the culture, education, healthcare, all sorts of things, and entertainment, not being one of them too. So it's very much everything is polarized right now within the country, and polarization creates division. And when you have division, it means you do not have a clear vision. And so hence we have an identity crisis. They no longer know what they stand for, because one half of the country believes something that's vastly different from the other side. It used to be pretty simple. You can almost put it down to the Superman quote, which is, truth, justice, and the American way. Like, that was really very much what they believed in, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These are kind of universal truths that used to kind of manifest in all of their entertainment and all aspects of life, really. But focusing in on entertainment, those really key principles used to be at the core of everything that they were talking about when it came to their films. And it used to be really the selling point for why we were drawn to American entertainment to begin with. And if you think about that in real simple terms, if America itself can't figure out who it is, then how the hell is the rest of the world going to be able to figure them out or really appreciate what they're trying to sell? America used to very much assert itself as the positive, sort of righteous force when it came to their own films and storytelling. They would be very much positioning themselves as the good guys more often than not. Of course, there would be stories where they would talk about their own inner corruption, but it seems like these days that films are much more geared towards, one, not wanting to offend other cultures, and thus the only ones that they can antagonize, they feel safely, is themselves. And so they will turn themselves into the villains of their own stories more often than not. So it feels like those kind of tables have turned, where they're too kind of scared to antagonize any other cultures out of fear of political correctness or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and so they're just really turning to themselves as a scapegoat. But I think in truth, the rest of the world wants to see America succeeding, being strong, being proud of itself. You know, you only have to look at immigration as a very simple explanation for why that is so. I mean, obviously America is one of, if not the most desirable countries in the world to live in. And that goes for any culture, regardless of how different their own culture is to America's. And they still want to go and live there. Why is that so? It's because they hail America as a dominant force, as a desirable lifestyle to live, and a desirable place to live. And so that is something to be proud of. It is not something to be ashamed of that other cultures want to come live there. That is something that should be worth celebrating. And in fact, other cultures do celebrate that about America, and it just feels like a shame that America has lost a lot of that in recent years. For better or worse, I feel we do kind of hail Americans as this sort of unique species that is above all else, because we're so used to seeing them on our TV screen. You know, that is not a very common thing. And if you're an American, you're not probably very used to seeing other cultures on your TV screen because you already are the dominant force. So it is a kind of strange dynamic to have with other countries, but you have to understand that other countries have very much looked up to America for a variety of reasons, and that's been predominantly driven from their entertainment. And I mean, it goes without saying, but no one wants to look up to someone who doesn't believe in themselves. That just doesn't make for a great leader. Let's take a film like Top Gun Maverick, for example. Came out in 2022. This is obviously at a time when basically the only films that are successful anymore are superhero films. And, you know, people are starting to lose favor with those, kind of disillusioned by them because they feel like they're going astray. Meanwhile, Top Gun Maverick comes out and makes $1.5 billion. Why is that so? Because people were like craving a film like this, a film that returns to just traditional storytelling, has a clear belief in what it is. The film is unapologetic about its story. You know, it presents its American military as a good force that is going out to stop a foreign bad force. You know, that used to be the norm, but in 2022, when that came out, it felt like we hadn't seen a movie like that in a million years. Sure, the film was outstanding when it came to its action spectacle, the way it was filmed, has one of the last movie stars in it, and Tom Cruise, all those ingredients that obviously make up your key blockbusters from decades past. But it really just felt like something we hadn't seen in a long time, if this film had come out pretty much in any other decade, sure, it would have been loved, but it wouldn't have been hailed in the same way, simply because it was normal for America to celebrate itself in that way in years past. But now they felt like they had gone away from that, or shied away from that, I should say. And so when this film came out, it felt like, wow, they truly believe in themselves again, and this is something I can get behind and really enjoy. And if you're asking, so why does America have to be the shining light? Why does it have to be the beacon for the rest of the world? That's almost the wrong question. The question actually should be, well, who else should it be? Which country should represent the world as best as possible, or at least be the guiding light for as best as possible? What better than a country that has freedom written into its constitution, its Bill of Rights, more ingrained than any other country in the world? It should be America that leads that way. And there's a reason why they are able to achieve such great entertainment, such great feats in technology, in economics, and all sorts of things. It is because of that freedom that is ingrained into their culture. And that manifests itself in all other aspects of life and creates that freedom culture, which was why more people seek going to live in America than anywhere else in the world. It sounds so simple, but it's often the most important realizations that are very simple to begin with. You know, and if you are an American watching this thing, and if you feel any sort of shame for your country, I'm telling you, don't. As an Australian, I'm saying you have nothing to be ashamed of. You should be proud of your country and all that it has achieved. No country is perfect. No country is devoid of problems and issues or conflicts. But you, as an American citizen, you are part of a country that is a beacon and a shining light for the rest of the world. And entertainment is one of those areas where we truly get to appreciate that. And so I tell you that you should be proud of who you are for being an American and all of that. And so we want to see your country return to that level of greatness, because I think the world is better for it overall when that is the case, and entertainment obviously being one of those aspects. You know, it's true not just of Americans, but of anyone in life, that we are much more fond of people who are proud of themselves and are unapologetic for who they are, compared to people who try to pander to everyone else around them. You know, you're not drawn to a person like that. That person does not inspire you in any way. Someone who just suppresses what they truly believe and tries to appease everyone else. That's not what we want. No one wants that from anyone in life. But talking specifically here about American entertainment, and there's no exception. America needs to be proud and believe in itself once again, and we'll get great entertainment out of that as a byproduct. I think America is very much due for a return to its heroes. We want to see the Rocky Balboas, the Rambos, the John McClanes, the Indiana Jones, the Arnies, all the heroes you can think of. We really want to see America return to that sort of era where it's not afraid to sort of flex its muscles. I'm sure there are plenty of Americans out there who feel the same as what I'm saying right now, but I'm telling you, as an outsider looking in, obviously I don't speak for everyone, but as an outsider looking in, we are starving for that sort of entertainment again. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. If you're still watching to this point in the video, I really appreciate it. I know this is a different one compared to what I usually make, but it was something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I really wanted to put it into a video, kind of share my thoughts on it all. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one too, particularly if you're an American yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. If you agree with my sentiments or if you have problems with them, I want to hear them all. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.